Hi, thank you for joining us. My name is Christina, and today I am joined by my wonderful friend and colleague, Shelly. I'm in the lower mainland, and Shelly is on the island. Welcome to the show, Shelly. How are you?
Thanks, Chrissy. I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. I'm so excited that you're here joining us today. And for the show, we're going to be talking about health. And I wanted to ask you, Shelly, how you define health.
Well, for myself, I define health, I guess, in kind of three categories. I think body, mind, and soul, and then I go from there. So, um, from body, mind, and soul, I focus more specifically around the self-care, the soul care, and the spirit care.
About the self-care, just for the people who may not be familiar, what do you mean by self-care?
Self-care, yeah, so that's taking care of your basic needs, listening to your body, listening to your mind, actually taking taking a break when your body needs it or when your mind needs it, and listening to what's happening inside. So it could include things like setting boundaries, even things as what we might consider simple, like seeking doctor appointments, dentist appointments, those types of things that some people just continually put off. I would consider that self-care. It's really just checking in with your body and advocating for your needs.
Sounds amazing. And I do like that. You're caring for your own self because who to best care for it, right?
Right, exactly.
So I wanted to ask you if you're familiar with grounding.
How I'm familiar with it is just through courses that I've taken. And what I've learned about grounding is that it's really just getting connected to yourself, getting in alignment with yourself and with perhaps nature, and the moment, that present moment that you're in. And that's what I know about grounding.
Wonderful. For me, I do resonate with the self-care that you mentioned. And one of the ways that I've done that for myself is to ground. Some people know it as earthing, as I go outside and just be barefoot. And I like stepping on the grass in the park, making sure, of course, that it's clean and there's nothing there. And, just standing there for a few minutes, breathing the fresh air and appreciating this moment in space and time. So for you, Shelley, I believe you have a different method of grounding. I know in the past we've talked about tarot. So could you please share your experience with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I've been doing probably for about the last 2 years is starting my day a certain way. So one of the things that I do is I have a journal and I do some gratitude journaling in the morning. But the other thing that I do actually is with my morning coffee, I take a few moments. I just get comfortable with my surroundings, and I read an oracle card. So I choose one every day from the Nature's Whispers oracle cards. This deck is from Angela Hartfield, and the illustrator is Josephine Wall. And it's just a stunning deck, and it's positive affirmations, and it just really gives me an opportunity to take a moment right in that moment to reflect on what I want for that day. And oftentimes these cards can guide and ground me in what it is that I hope to achieve.
Wow. So could I inquire more about the cards? When you pull a card, is there any special preparation that you do? Do you just shuffle them or what's the process like?
Typically, I will light a candle, light some incense. Those are two things that I really enjoy. I'll ask a question. It depends on the day, on the moment, what's happening for me in my life, but often it's something along the lines of, what message do I need to hear today? And then absolutely, I'm shuffling the cards, and I just shuffle them until it feels right. and then I lay them down and I pull them out. I used to break them into threes and choose a card, but I've found now I like to just lay them out completely, and I close my eyes, I think about that question some more, I just really take a few deep breaths and pick a card, see what happens.
Cool. So with the card that you've pulled, the process is then you look at the card, you take a few minutes. How do you interpret the cards then?
So I start just by looking at the card and the photo. So I'll give you an example. I'm just going to pull a random card here. We'll see what comes up.
Yay.
Yeah. And so the card that I chose is called Love Matters. And I don't know, can you see?
Yes.
Can you see it okay? And I take as much time as I kind of feel that I need to just really look at the photo, look at all the intricacies that's in the illustration itself, and pull out pieces that resonate for me. And then once I've done that, I'll take the Oracle cards are fabulous because they come with a little guidebook.
Cool.
So once I've determined how it resonates for me, I'll look and I'll read what the guidebook tells me.
Would you mind checking out the interpretation of the card that you've pulled out for us today?
Absolutely. So
Thank
Love
you.
Matters. It's a great card. And it says, the way you handle things is important. There will always be many challenges in life lessons, as that is part of the experience. Choose to learn from your encounters. Get your heart ready to receive and allow for the various emotions that you may be feeling. Consider what makes you happy. It is time for you to allow yourself a day of enjoyment. Love who you are and be willing to give and receive love unconditionally.
Wow,
Isn't
that's
that lovely?
amazing. It's a very profound message, and I find that's applicable now in our time where most people are hurrying to get things done, or being told you got to stay home because there's still this thing going on. And self-care, that card just opens the permission slips for you being enjoying your time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I sincerely appreciated knowing about tarot cards. And I think that's it for us today. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I hope to have Shelly back with me for another tarot reading in the future. Until then, stay safe and take care.
Great. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, Shelly.
I really enjoyed it, Chrissy. Thanks.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate your likes, shares, and comments.